Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. Today is our last paper bag journal for the month of August. I hope I can get it done by the 31st. I think I can. This one's not really like a paper bag in and of itself. I want to use the paper bag for the lining of this journal. You can use paper bags for anything. This is just a regular, get this stuff out of the way, grocery bag, but I thought it would make a nice lining for this journal. Now, what I want to do is use a piano roll, and I have printed out, where is it? A piano roll. Oh goodness, should have had this ready. From, well, let me just go through and tell you what I've got. It'll come, it's in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, so this is a printable piano roll. And I wish the whole image was available. That would have been real pretty, but that's okay. I have reduced the size of this so that it's 9 inches because I wanted a little bit smaller. I wanted to do it like a traveler's notebook size of this. And so by the time I trim it down, I think it comes out to like 8 3/4, something like that. I'm not sure. I haven't finished playing. I've changed my mind umpteen times. Yeah, it's about 8 7/8 right now. And then I'm going to trim this to match. But this is the one side, and then we'll have to put this together. This was an 11 by 17 printable, as you can, oh, it's upside down. You can see here. 11 by 17, and I shrunk it down so that that was 9 that way. This is from the Junk Journal shop on Etsy, and very minimal cost. As you can see, I did order a long time ago. I got this piano roll. This song is Sorter Miss You. $1. The piece broke in shipping. I don't remember if I showed you guys this in a haul video or not. The piece was in the box. I don't know if I could glue that back together or what I would even use it for, but the box is crumbling. But you know, you got to remember, this is copyright 1912. Okay, so I was really surprised that this piece was actually still intact. And this one has a nice design as well, a little bit darker and maybe gray compared to this one. But I did lighten this up just a tad because when I printed it out the first time, it was a blur, and I wanted higher contrast. So, but yeah, and then I have all this beautiful paper to play with that we'll be making some ephemera with. I got this basically because I had seen the piano roll journals, and my sister-in-law was supposed to come to visit, which by the way, she never got to come visit because of all the lockdowns. But I ordered this, and then I saw the printables, so I just ordered the printable too, because I figured if there was a bunch of us going to make them, we try to do a class when we get together of some sort. And but anyway, that's why I bought it. So I don't remember when it was, before COVID. So anyway, those are the printables that we're going to be using. This is going to be the cover. And then I have a dictionary page that has piano on it. Did I hit record? Yes, I did. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained today. Okay, and then there's a number 10 envelope that I've coffee dyed, and I just noticed this had a doily on it, so it's got the impression of the doily. That looks cool on both sides. Yeah, that's a perfect. Okay, that's a perfect one. And then I have I think these are number 6.5, but these are your basic letter size envelopes. So they measure like 6 3/8 by 3 1/2. I have a music page, and I thought this was perfect for the time period. It's Buffalo Gals. I love it. I'm not going to sing it, but y'all know it. And then I've got a doily, and I've got a ledger page, and I've got some graph paper. And then here is the kit that I'm going to use. Excuse me. And I've printed this out, and it is a lot. It does use a lot of ink, so I haven't printed out the entire kit. I've only printed out the ephemera I wanted to use and 7 background pages, and it does come with 22 background pages. So I'm trying to figure out how to get this on Etsy. I'm gonna have to go in and modify. I'm not sure how to get it on Etsy because the file sizes excuse me, are really big, because I did everything 12 by 12, 300 DPI, and yeah, I need to modify that a bit so that I can get it in there. So it may have to be listed in 2 separate kits because Etsy only allows you to upload 5, and I don't remember the maximum size. I'll have to look it up. I have to look it up every time, but anyway, so I've used I've got a couple of envelopes here with one of the background pages. It's one of my favorite ones. Love this design. And then I did a large envelope with the striped pattern, and I used a marble kind of texture on the gray, and I just love how that turned out. Now excuse me, this kit was originally a 12 by 12 scrapbook kit. So even when I do list it, I will probably list the alphabet and the elements that I made to go with this kit, so that if you wanted to use it for scrapbooking, like digital scrapbooking, that's what it was geared for. I did print out patterns on the back. Here's one that's music, and there again, I printed a kind of a neutral pattern on the back of all these. This is a that gray marble again, and the grid on the back of that one. And this one, there's 2. When I put this in spoon flour to sell as a fabric, I have sold a lot of this pattern, and then there's one with the keyboard that I've sold. And I was amazed. Every time I get a little sale, it's from Music of Love, because I did convert it to a yardage. So here's the black and white version of that. And this one just has the marbly. Actually, no, this looks like it's a tone on tone, but it's like a floral pattern. This is the other one. Excuse me, I don't know why I have so much coughage. This one is the other one that I sell a lot of. In fact, I think I saw somebody had ordered and made pillows with this fabric, which I thought was fun. But yeah, instead of being white, I made the keys kind of a creamy color, very vintagey. This one's just got the floral on the back, and then this one's music. And here's the stripe. There's a red with the music. Here's the cream with the piano. And then for the ephemera, I've printed some large tags with this one. I did go ahead and print just a neutral on the back. I've printed the music notes for the small tags and the gray marble for the medium tags. And then I did do some, with the music page, I did some corners and some tickets and some tabs and some butterflies. So we've got a lot of options here as to what we want to do for this journal. Like I said, I'm probably going to make it it'll probably be a traveler's notebook size. And then also, so I've got, just to recap, I have 7 background pages. I have 7 miscellaneous, music, envelopes, doilies, those. And then I have 6 coffee dye. And this is Liana scraps again. I've just printed it double-sided here. Now this is the perfect opportunity for this, and I'll have to pay attention because sometimes my printer messes up and it'll load 2 pieces of paper at one time, and I don't want to throw these away. So maybe now that I'm doing the traveler's notebook size, I can cut away the pieces that I don't necessarily want to use in another journal that are, so I think these are the only 2 that are actually perfect. And all of these are just going to be trimmed down to where they need be. So it'll probably be about 20 pages. All right, let me cut this out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cut this out. And this overlaps, the way I have this, it's going to overlap about half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. So I want to line this up. I think it'll be right about there. I want to make sure that's a continuous pattern along that side, this side. Yeah, it's just a little bit off, but I think it's okay. All right, so I'm going to hold it so it doesn't slide around, and I'm just going to put a little bit there, line it back up, the bird wings so they're continuous. There we go. And make sure this lines up on this line. Huh. I have it up too far, that's all. There we go. Okay. There we go. So you won't even be able to know. Gosh, I'm hoping that doesn't come on the fold, because you don't want that to be on the fold. I am going to go ahead and tape it on this side, just for a little bit of extra security. I don't think I have enough tape on this roll. Do I? Nope. All right, let's pull out another one. These do collect a lot. Oh, that one either. All right. I have to get a new roll out. Those were the little mini rolls that were in my first aid kit. This is how you buy it. Well, at least at Walmart. This is the Walmart brand, I think. Why do they put this here? Okay, it's telling you this is this way. Crazy. All right, so this is going to be on the inside, so it's not going to show. All right, so let's trim this and this. All right. Now I want to glue that to this bag, because this bag is going to be my lining. So I printed this out on 40-pound paper. I thought I had black Craft Tex. I do not have black Craft Tex. I'm gonna double check, but I found I think I just have shades of brown. But if I do, I'm going to cut this piece out of Craft Tex to add to this. If I don't, I'm going to use black cardstock. And then of course I'll round these corners later, but I want to go ahead and attach this to the bag and then cut it out. So let's do that real quickly. I don't really need to go too close to the edge because I am going to sew around the entire thing. So really the glue just needs to be in the middle. And I'm going to use my black thread with the, I don't know if it's white or gray, but I like to use the pre-wound bobbins, and I think it's white on the bottom of that. So I'm just going to stick this down, doesn't matter where. I want to make sure I hear that really well. Let's use our probably would have been easier to cut the bag first. That would have made more sense, wouldn't it? Okay guys, learn from my mistakes. Okay, I'm gonna cut this out and I'll be right back. Okay, so when you do this, cut the bag first so that you don't get this bubble right here. I don't know why, but I have a bubble. So, not that it's the end of the world. It's not. But yeah, this has a nice feel to it. I'm trying to decide, do I want to Mod Podge it? I think I'm going to sew it first, and then I'm going to Mod Podge it. And the reason is the Mod Podge will help seal in the stitches so it won't unravel. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. I am going to sew around the entire thing, and then I'm going to Mod Podge it and let it dry, and then we'll be back tomorrow to put in to start working on the pages and get those all I'll get them all cut, but we'll decide what order, where we want to put them, and then we'll start working on some ephemera for this journal. I do want to put a couple of pockets. I need to print this piece again because I want to make a pocket that is this piece right here and on the inside. So I need to do that before I sew because I want the pocket to be sewn in, and then I want a pocket on this side as well. So I guess I need to decide. Let's see how tall this is before I go. I need to decide if the pages are 8 by 8, they're going to be 8 by 4. So then I want this to be at least 8.5 by 4 1/4. So if we're at 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4, that puts the fold here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that would be perfect. Then we'll have a fold here, and I want to put a pocket here. So yeah, I think that'll be good. So, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and print those pieces out really quick, and then I'll come back and show you where, and we'll kind of glue them down, and then I'll go sew and be back tomorrow. Does that sound good? Okay. Okay, so what I decided to do was I have scored this at 4 1/4, and then if I do another 4 1/4, this is going to rub on this piece. So the next score mark is at 8, and I scored on this side 4 1/4, 8 3/4, and so I need to fold on this line here. See how that works. It comes down a little further than I'd like, but By the time we add all of the pages in here, this is going to kind of round out a little bit. So I think it'll be okay. If not, you know, plan B. We'll figure it out. So 4 1/4 and then 8 and wouldn't be, well, I was going to be 8 1/2, so 8 3/4. That's the 2 score marks. Okay, and then I had printed out this. So this I want to go here, and it should line up pretty perfectly. So let's just glue that down real quick. Oh, you know what? I was going to put let's put a notch in that really quickly. How big is this? Should be 8 3/4. So what's half of 8 3/4? 4 3/8. Okay. Yeah, that'll look cool. Look, that comes right in the middle of that design. That's really cool. Let's ink this piece. All that glue is, of course, dry by now, but and I'll probably ink this entire piece before I sew it, but you don't need to see me do that. Here we go. I'm just making it up as I go, guys. As you know, that's what I do. I watched a bunch of different videos on how to, well, actually there isn't a tutorial necessarily on how to do this. So I watched a bunch of flip-throughs, I guess I should say. And then I thought, well, I like this. I mean, that's what we do, right? We go through people's videos and we say, I like this, I'm going to take this, I like that, I'm going to take this. And, you know, we make it our own. We tweak this and tweak that. So that's what we do. That's why I share, so that, you know, you can take it and make it your own. Okay, so that's going to be a fun pocket on the inside. And then this piece, then, I'm wondering if I should use this, if I should use this. No, that's going to cut it. So let's see. This piece needs to be, it's going to be 4 1/4 plus a little bit. So let's do just shy of 4 1/2. Where's my cutter? Well, that's weird. Oh, right here on my desk. Okay, so just shy of 4 1/2. And I kind of want to go in the middle there. Let's see. Yeah, I think if I go right to the end of this, flip it around. Oh. There we go. Now this is 2 little decorations for somewhere else. Top of a tag or something. This looks like a advertisement. Let's go ahead and, what did we say that was? 4, oh, I did 4 1/4, but that's okay. So we will do 2 1/8, and we'll just center it. I kind of scored this piece because I was playing with it, but I don't think that's going to matter once we get it in to where we want it. So I'm just going to ink that real quick, and then we'll glue that in. I mean, I guess I could have sewn around the top edge here first, but I don't think it's necessary. It doesn't have to be completely sewn. We're going to be sewing the edges, so. There we go. But I did want to get it, you know, on the bottom. So let's see, that should be right about there is the center. Okay. Get that excess glue off of there. Okay. Now I need to decide, do I want the black, well, the black stitching is going to get lost in here. I think I am going to sew on this side around, and then we will, it'll still show the stitching, but it'll be lighter, and then I will ink it so it won't be white, and then I will Mod Podge it. Now we are going to sew in our signature here. Okay guys, I'm back. I went over there, and I'm so glad I did a little test thing, and I was like, what the heck is this? This is my zigzag stitch. Yeah, so looks like my top tension is okay, but my bottom tension is a mess. I adjusted everything, and it just got worse and worse. So I took everything apart, cleaned out all the dust, which there really wasn't that much dust. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe the bobbin case just needed to be taken out and put back in. I don't know. These things are weird. But when I was finished, it sewed around here beautifully. So as you can see, I have the black on the inside, and I just sewed around. I started here and went around the entire edge. I didn't do this part. I guess I could have, but I don't think it's necessary. And then so on this side it's white, and so what I'm going to do now is ink it up, and that'll take away the white threads. Well, it won't take away, let me rephrase, it won't take away the white threads, but it'll tone it down a little bit. And just to stress them a little bit. And we'll do this, and then what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to Mod Podge the inside. I'm just going to Mod Podge the outside. Just, and it is a flat Mod Podge that I'm using, the matte finish, so it shouldn't be super shiny, but it will have, you know, a finished look to it. Okay, so did I get it all? I think so. Probably should do that on the inside too, even though it's got the stitches. I'm not covering the stitches here, I'm just distressing the paper bag, but I really like the way it looks. Yeah, I think that's good. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to Mod Podge this, let it dry. I'm going to cut some papers, and we'll be back tomorrow to continue on with our piano roll journal. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.